まあこうやって海外大会今ちょっといろんなところでできる環境になりつつあるじゃないですか、たくさんね。なんで今後戦ってみたいとか、もう一回再戦したいとか、日本のトッププロに対してなんか思っている人とか、まあ、戦ってみたい人ですかねっていうのは誰かいますかね。
So next question. So since we can fly to foreign countries a lot more now, do you want to play against anyone recently? Like, do you want to play against someone again or play against a new player? Do you have anyone like that?
気になるプレイヤーみたいなね。
Specific players? I mean, obviously, I want to have the opportunity to play against Zachary. I haven't done that yet. I think that'd be a very fun set to play. Most of Japan, really. I want to go back to Japan. It's been so long since I've been there, and I want to compete there because they're obviously a very strong region. They have what, 3 really good Snake players over there, so they know how to fight Snake. I would love to see how I can play against the players over there, especially knowing that they play extremely differently than what I'm used to in the US. But I love traveling everywhere, so there's not a single place that I wouldn't go for a Smash tournament. I'm going to El Salvador tomorrow for a Smash tournament this weekend. So anywhere that would welcome me, I definitely would want to go compete with all their players. But I do also want to play Shogun again. Last time we played was really fun. It's the first time we ever played, which is a very big moment for both of us, and I know the Japanese players were extremely satisfied with the result, but I wasn't. So I want to get that rematch. You know, I want to see how it goes again.
そういうことですよ皆さん。 MVD は納得してないですよ。
多分将軍さんとはミラーでやったことないんですかね。はい。なのでまあミラーでやってみたいなっていうのはあります。
そうです。
ちょっとあの時の話をしていいですか、じゃあ。
おお、ぜひお願いしますよ。
フォックスを出したのは、まあ一番は自分がフォックスで対スネークの自信があるから。これが一番なんですけど、2番目は個人的に MVD はスネーク同キャラで世界でも1番か2番ぐらいに強いプレイヤーだと思ってるからです。だからスネーク同キャラはあの時やれなかったって感じですね。次当たった機会があればどうなるかは分かんないですけど。
So from Shogun, he picked Snake against no, he picked Fox against your Snake. But next time when you have opportunity to play, he doesn't know what he would do.
I appreciate the compliment.
まあ僕が一番言いたかったのは MVD はスネーク同キャラはめちゃくちゃうまいです。ちょっと正直見てて自信はあんまりないというのは正直。
あ、それはすごい。やっぱそれはね、もちろんそのキャラクター使ってるプロフェッショナルで使ってる人ならではのやっぱね印象ですよね。じゃあ今ちょっとお話もあったんですけど。MVD、まあ将軍さんが思う MVD の印象みたいなのをちょっと今お話ししてくれたと思うんですけど、 MVD が日本のスネーク使い、特にすっごく強い人が3人いるってさっきおっしゃってたと思うんですけど、そのスネーク使いへの印象、まあ特にそれから将軍さんへのこう印象だったりスネークのイメージっていうのってどうなんですか？
So second half, we're going to the second half that we first explained. You first, you a little ago, you mentioned that there are very good snakes in Japan, 3 of them. So, who are the 3? Who are the good snake players you think in Japan? And what's your impression against them or like Japanese snake players in general?
Right. Well, obviously Shogun, Dio, and the last one I'm forgetting. I don't remember his name. I can't remember his name right now. But I know there's a third one that I'm thinking about. But let's just... Shogun and Dio are obviously the 2 strongest ones. But yeah, it's probably that one. If you guys... Like, you guys would obviously know the player base more than I would. So I would trust that that's the one. But I love watching the Japanese snake players because they each play, like, not even significantly different from each other. Just different enough that you can watch them and know which one is which. And I just love that Snake's a character that you can play in those slightly different situations and he can still be successful. So it's really cool to watch them compete.
なるほどなるほど。
なんか 最初にディオがやっぱり今年すごいスネーク使いの中では活躍してると思っていて、ディオのスネークを見てどういうふうに思ってるかっていう印象は聞きたいですね。
So question from Shogun. Dio is most performing this year as a snake player here. And so, what's your impression against him? Like, how do you feel about his play style?
I like it a lot. I think Dio is really fast. I think the thing that I think that's what distinguishes him from, in my eyes, from every other snake is that he's extremely fast and precise with everything he does, and he makes really, really intelligent call-outs. So I would maybe say his snake out of all the top snakes, not even just in Japan, but in the world, I feel like he's the most balanced player. He could do the zoning, he could do the up-close CQC, and he knows when to switch them off, like when to go from one to the other and switch back and forth. And I think that's really useful for just every matchup or just in general. I would say he's probably the most balanced, which I admire that a lot because it can be really easy to focus on one aspect or the other, but being able to use them both so well as he does is really.
将軍さんにはどういうイメージというか、将軍さんのスネークはどう感じているのかも俺は聞きたいんですけど、 MVD が感じる将軍という男。
Question from Koike. Then what is your impression against Shogun Snake?
I think Shogun Snake is like a work of art. Like, I've been watching Shogun since Brawl, obviously. He was one of my Brawl Snake players that I looked up to and saw and really not necessarily copied, but took a lot of inspiration from. And I think that still is the truth in Ultimate. I think his grenade work and his movement, like with grenades and using grenades in Nikita and neutral, and just he commands the entire game with his specials so well. And I think that he has like by far the best grenade game out of all the snakes. And that's like something we can all look at and try to understand why he does the things that he does and try to implement it in our gameplay. But I think his grenades are what, when I watch, it's so smooth and it's really like pretty from my perspective to look at it and be like, wow, it not only looks good, but it is just really effective.
なるほど。将軍さんどうですか？こう手榴弾の使い方みたいなのはやっぱり意識はしてるんですか？それとも自然にこう使ってたらそういうふうに思われたっていう感じなんですか？
まあどっちかというと後者で、まあ手榴弾褒めてくれること、まあ今 MVD が言ってくれたように、まあ他の人からもあるんですけど、個人的にはまだまだ下手だなって、なんか本当に正直思ってて、今のレベルじゃこれより上に勝てないなって思ってるんで、まあそのうまいって言ってもらえるのはありがたいけど、個人的にはまだ上達の余地はあるかなとは思ってますね。
That makes us all feel worse, I promise.
まだ上に行くのかとこんなにもうまいと思ってるやつがまだまだ下手なんですって言われるとね、まずいなってやっぱなりますからね。将軍さんから見える MVD のスネークっていうのはやっぱプレイスタイル的にはどういうものに見えてますか？まあそのものでもいいんですけど、
まあそれこそ手榴弾の使い方がやっぱり印象的ですよね。なんか
お互いに
そうなんだね。
なんか自分が結構貪欲に、まあ相手の行動を読んで上強を当てるのがなんかやっぱうまいなっていうのは思いました。当てたい上強だけに限らず当てたい技、その A 技を貪欲に当てにいって、立ち回りでは B 技をゾーニングの観点でうまく使うっていうのはまあ両方うまいなってまあ思いますね。
なるほどね。
So, Shogun's impression towards your snake is that you have good grenades. You have good grenade work, so people were laughing because both have the same impression. Neutral game, both good at A moves and B moves.
あともう一個いいですか？地上
大丈夫です。
地上に置いてある C4 の使い方は世界で一番うまいと思ってます。
Additional, your C4 you're best in the world.
Thank you so much. And it's funny that he thinks like we think similarly of each other, and I think a lot of that is because, like I said, watching him when I was growing up playing Brawl, like he was the most influential Snake player to me out of all the top Snakes in the world. So I guess there's just part of me always wanted to play similarly like him, but with my own twist or my own additions to it. So I think it's funny that we both see each other very similarly with how we play and complement each other's strengths in a similar fashion. Because it's like that was the point, you know, like that was since that he influenced me, like I guess mission accomplished on my end, but good job to him for keeping it up after all these years, but also I guess inadvertently being a teacher too, you know?
濃いよ。
ちなみにいいですか、スマブラ SP 最初に MVD がイーサム倒した時の試合はさすがにあの時もう強すぎてあの動画を何回も見ましたね。
So in Ultimate, in Ultimate, when you beat Isam with your snake, you were too good. Shogun thought you were too good that he watched the video many times.
I love to hear that.
まあ
っていう
なんかこうね MVD は将軍さんの動きをコピーとまではいかないけど、でも目指してるところはね将軍さんだったって。で将軍さんはグレネードの使い方がねうまい MVD が言ってて、でも僕はそんなことないよ、でも MVD めっちゃうまいよねって言ってるってことは多分自分ではわからないけどきっと将軍さんもうまいんですよ多分。 MVD はそれを目指してやっててっていうね、で将軍さんも傍から見たら MVD の、グレネードの使い方うまいってことは、やっぱそういうことなんでしょうね。一緒に、なんでしょう、なんかずっとね2人で褒め合ってて、なんかあんまこっちはいい気しないというかね、なんかただただ2人がなんかエモい、今で言うエモいみたいな、なんかここは良かったよねみたいな言ってるんですけど、でも多分視聴者見てる方もね、もちろんダブルダウンでね対戦したっていうのもあったし、将軍さんはもう日本の、ディオさんと共にやっぱ日本のスネークのトップだと思うんですよ、名実ともに。とやっぱ世界のトップね、将軍さんが認めるスネーク使いのトップの MVD の、なんかそういう共通点だったりっていうところがお話で聞けたんで、いやすごくためになったし、いい話を聞けました。ありがとうございます。
すみません、1個聞いていいですか。スネークは、将軍と MVD 両方の質問です。スネークは短キャラでいけるキャラですか。
So question
競技シ
from
ーンを想定して。
じゃあ MVD から。